Hey everyone, welcome back to Realpolitik. Today is May the 16th, 2023, and this is going to be a quick update. So before we start, make sure to like and subscribe, help the channel grow. Now, last night, the Russians launched several drones and missiles at the Ukrainian capital of Kiev. And the Ukrainians are claiming that they shot down every single Russian missile and drone. But the Russian MOD, Ministry of Defense, they're claiming that they destroyed a Patriot air defense system, American-made Patriot. So if we look at this diagram released by the Ukrainians are claiming that they shot down 6 Kinzhal hypersonic missiles, 9 caliber cruise missiles, 3 tactical ballistic missiles, the Iskander missiles, and 9 drones, mostly the Shahed 136 or Garon 2 type. And what's interesting about this is that it mentions they shot down 3 of the Super Cum, and I don't know what kind of drone that is, but it must be some kind of new cutting edge Russian technology. Anyways, so let's just look at some footage of what happened last night. And this Patriot battery right here basically launches all of its missiles at whatever it's trying to hit. And we don't know if it hit any of the targets or some of them, but it appears like a missile or something landed right here because there's a fire right here and it keeps growing as the video progresses. So I don't know if the Russians tried to hit the Patriot at that point or what happened, but um, anyways, yeah, the Russians are claiming they destroyed the Patriot battery, but this battery, they're saying it's a Pack 3 variant, and each missile is $5 million. And the number of missiles they launched, I think it's like 30, 20 or 30 or something in this whole video, and it's like adds up to $500 million or something. Yeah. And some of the missiles, they seem to malfunction. Let's see if I can see it. If we can see it. There's no sound, by the way. Oh, right there. See that? It's going back down. And this one, two of them, they're going back down. Yeah, so they're saying this volley cost $500 million, and I mean, if they were able to shoot down some of the Kinzhal missiles, that's great, but we haven't seen any evidence of that yet. And previously, when the Ukrainians claimed they shot down, just wait a second, let's see this. This is, I think, when Patriot was supposedly destroyed or something. Yeah, see where the missiles were coming from. You saw a big flash there, so could be, yeah, could have been destroyed. But yeah, I mean, if this cost no, sorry, not 500. How many missiles were there? 5 million each. And oh, 30 of them, 5 million each. 158. Okay, yeah, what I'm out of it. My math is so off. So 150 million. But anyways, that's a lot. I mean, again, if they shot down some Kinzhal missiles, that's worth it. But the one missile they claimed to have shot down a few days ago, it was debunked. So it's just not true. And I discussed that in my last video. I showed you guys the evidence. But anyways, to shoot down a $20,000 Shahed drone, those Iranian-made drones, and spend $5 million doing it, I mean, why don't the Russians just launch Shaheds, like, 100 of them at anywhere where the Patriot battery is, and the Ukrainians are going to be forced to use it. And then, I mean, damn, that's a lot of money per missile. I don't think they should even be using it on minor targets like something, but then they kind of have to, right? Otherwise, I don't know. It's a kind of a tough situation to be in, right? But anyways, let's look at this. So according to this, it's been there's one of the missiles, a missile from the Ukrainian air defense system, MIM 104F, MIM 104F, Patriot Pack 3 of American production on the street of Kiev. So this missile, maybe it was one of them, one of the ones that we saw malfunctioned. And yeah, based on its shape and dimensions, it's been identified as a Pack 3 Patriot missile. $5 million a piece. Anyways, we intercepted everything. Incredible video showing the moment two massive arrivals were recorded in Kiev, most likely Kinzhals. Okay, let's see if this has any sound. Yeah, let's watch it. Oh. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, and you can hear something else exploding too. I don't know if that's from the same explosion, but definitely they did not shoot they did not shoot down all of the missiles and drones. There's no way. You saw that, right? So um anyways, let's go on to something else. So in Ukraine near Kupiansk, the Russians have finally made some progress. They took this settlement right here. This settlement is called Masyutivka. And I kind of drew it in here. But then if you look at this kind of shows exactly what the Russians took. I roughly drew it in there. I suck at artistic stuff like this. Anyways, now let's this might be the beginning of a major operation towards Kupiansk. They're only like 8 kilometers or 10 kilometers away, or it might have just been a limited operation. But anyways, let's go talk about Bakhmut. So in Bakhmut, in the last 12, 20 to 24 hours, the Russians have advanced significantly. And now the Ukrainians control, if you measure it out, they actually control less than 1 squared kilometer. If you don't count this this area right here, this red blob, if you don't count that, then yeah, just the streets and everything, it's basically it's less than a kilometer. It's like 800 square meters or something. Anyways, let's take a look at this. This shows it off pretty well. And in the dark red is what they had up till um, about 12 to 24 hours ago. And this is what they've, these in the light red, you see what they've gained. So essentially, the Ukrainians are right on the outskirts of town. And this is another map showing basically the progress. But yeah, it doesn't look good for the Ukrainians. And this is really making me think that the progress they made lately right here and right here was basically to just free up these roads. This road right here. To free up this road right here. And to free up this road right here that goes to Ivanivske. So this will probably be the next target after everything else is done over and done with. And this area right here, so a lot of people, a lot of analysts thought the Russians, that the front line here would crumble because it's just like open terrain and the Ukrainians attack from the north and the south. They cross the river right here, but the Russians are gradually withdrawing, it seems. They're still holding this position. from all the information we're able to gather right now, the Russians are still there. And recently, I can't show you guys this video, but a video was released showing a trench line that the Russians abandoned and the Ukrainians took over. And there are just dozens of Ukrainian dead soldiers in those trenches. So it seems as if the Russians lured them in. They had probably abandoned the trench line on purpose. Once the Ukrainians took over, the Russians knew they were there. They unloaded artillery onto those positions, and it's not a pretty picture. But I can't show you guys. I can't show that on YouTube. Community guideline strikes, right? Even big channels that are discussing Ukraine. One of them mentioned that he got a strike, community guideline strike over basically showing some footage of fighting in the city, and it was from Wagner. The footage was from Wagner, and Wagner is considered a criminal organization. So you get a community guideline strike. If you get 3 of them in 90 days, your channel gets taken down. So I don't want to bother. I've gotten those before. I don't want to bother with this channel. Anyways, so this is, I believe, from Germany. The Germans are going to be giving the Ukrainians a bunch of these drones for surveillance. If I know the Ukrainians, they're probably going to modify them and add, something. Even add like make it so they can at least drop some kind of munitions, like mortars or something, right? But anyways, yeah. And then this article says Britain to send Ukraine suicide drones with twice the range of HIMARS. That would be, I mean, that's not significant really, because the Shahid or Geron 2 drones, they already have a range of, they're supposed to have a range of 800 to 1200 kilometers. So I mean, I'm not sure by what they mean twice the range of the HIMARS, because so far the rockets that they've given the Ukrainians for the HIMARS, uh, the HIMARS can hit targets as far as 300 kilometers away, but not the rockets they've given the Ukrainians. I think they can only hit targets like 80 to 120 kilometers, something like that. So twice that range, that's not very impressive, right? But anyways, guys, that's all I have for you guys today. And please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.